What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Print and Gang Investments, back with another video. And today, we went through a consolidation day, people. Palantir was flat today. NVDA continued going down today. Some of the small caps kept riding. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about my positions. We're going to talk about some positions I've been looking at. And we just going to talk about some sentiment of this market going into this Thanksgiving holiday. So we'll start with Palantir. So today, Palantir had another one of those days. It was up a lot earlier today. I think we're up almost 2%, like 66.50 and some change. I gotta check the exact number. I think we almost tapped 67 today again. Then we ended up selling off with the rest of the market going red for a little bit. And then in the close, we closed up just barely 0.47. $66. And this isn't a bad thing. Palantir is closing at all-time highs. But we would love to see some more of those gains. But this is the time we got to be, disciplined, get back in our investor bag, wait for things to pan out. I understand Palantir, a little overextended. So I'm glad they're just holding the highs. You know what I'm saying? It's consolidating at the highs. It's actually very impressive. So as far as Palantir calls, as y'all can see, they still in about the same position. About 57, 58% on my ones I've been had that I rolled a while back. And the latest ones I rolled, they still flat, up a little 0.5 and flat percentage. Now, the rise of SoFi is continuing, people. We got SoFi hitting $16 and change today, like 16, 15. So 6 SoFi calls, we back up 80% on it. We was really up like 90 or 100%, but we bought another one for $80 with those with that money we rolled the other day. Knocked my cost basis up, but now we still back up 80% on those. I got my little short-term SoFi call for January. We trying to make some fast money on that. We're going to see what happens with that. It's back up 9%. Got my Tesla and SPY. We didn't add to none of that today. O closed down. Uranium looks like it was down again today. NVIDIA was down today, man. I actually bought another $10 worth of NVIDIA because I think people are starting to get the memo about going to the software stocks as opposed to the hardware stocks. So I think as that thesis pans out and people rotate, NVIDIA is starting to feel a little bit of pressure, but it's still NVIDIA. So just because they may not be the hottest stock anymore, that don't mean you don't want to load up on them, buy them, because they still don't have any competitors. AMD hasn't stepped up yet. Cerebras hasn't stepped up yet. So until then, I'm buying that for the long term. I'm not really worried about the calls because like they said, it might have overran for the calls, but I still like NVIDIA for the long term. My Nike call is doing good. We up our first 8% on that. We're going to let that keep going. See if that turnaround play pulls off. Now for this Mara and this micro strategy, I remember I told you, this is risky. This is one of the craziest trades I've ever seen, man. Volatile. So it's like, I actually should have waited maybe 15, 20 minutes to sell my call the other day because I actually probably could have bounced back today. I'm not worried about it because it wasn't the best entry and we bought the SoFi call with what we had left. But my Mara shares are bouncing back. The MicroStrategy shares are still down. And what I'm noticing is when I first decided to go Mara instead of MicroStrategy, I was listening to people who do a lot of research. Some people a little bit smarter than myself. And they were giving me the thesis on why we should be going Mara instead of MicroStrategy. Long story short, MicroStrategy already ran. Mara's in the same business, so they could potentially outperform. I keep both. But so far, that's been spot on. As you can see, I'm up on Mara. We're down on MicroStrategy, even though we bought both at around the same time. So, we're just doing that to have our crypto exposure. Once we make some more gains, we might add to that. That's where that's at. And we got Cameco up here. I'm going through it with Cameco because uranium's down. Look like I should have waited another day or two before buying that call. But we got till June, so unless they just punish us day after day after day after day, we should be able to turn around hopefully on that. Got a little $10 worth of ARM here. That's a position I'm going to hopefully be building a lot over the next year. That's why I got a lot of these $5, $10 positions. There are things that I want to look at and things that I potentially will be adding to next year. So I just had those to keep, just so I don't forget. And we got the American Express, I keep saying American Express, Advanced Auto Parts call. It looks like it's finally doing good. That's one of my turnaround plays. That call be glitching, so take all the percents with a grain of salt, but they're holding in there, man. So let's look at some stocks today because we got to talk about this. So NVIDIA actually recovered a little bit. I think they was down as much as like 2-3% earlier today. They only ended up on the day 1%. Tesla was down. Apple was flat. Microsoft was down. SPY was down. Palantir, we was up, but we was flat. SoFi did big 4% today. Amazon down. IonQ, big 5% today. What else? Robinhood. They will not let me catch this Robinhood call option to save my life. Up 3.4% today. You see, we talked about Rocket Lab did me so dirty today. I think it was up 3 or 5%. I was feeling myself. I thought I was eating. Then they knocked it back down. It's all good. They did the same thing with Hims today. Y'all, Hims was up 10%, and they knocked it flat. And Archer, this one's getting away from us too, man. We was talking about it the other day. Thing went up another 15% today. They pulled back to like 11 or 12%. And the Nike trade, 0.94 up. So, what are my thoughts on this price action right here? What I got to say is, this is a small cap rally continuing to unfold. This is the broadening everybody's been talking about, continuing to unfold. It's just a lot of stocks out here. And the reason you haven't seen me take as many new trades is because there's so many stocks running. I do know a lot about a lot of them, like Hims and Robinhood. I'm very familiar with the research. I've done a little bit of research on Archer. But with all the stocks running at the same time, it's not about is a stock going up. It's about who's likely to keep going up. So I actually want to do a lot more research, I guess, over this holiday to kind of decide where we could put our money for maybe a longer term trade, maybe 3, 4, 5 months, not just a few days, not just a few weeks, man. Yeah, right now this market is getting very interesting. I want to see how they gonna play it. Are they gonna push us up and we just moon and have the Santa Claus rally? Because that would be the next catalyst, the Santa Claus rally. Or are they gonna knock us down and give us a pullback so we could finally buy? As y'all can see on the Webull, we was up $200 today, but we sending close to $4,000 in cash, give or take, waiting on some sort of opportunity, man. Waiting on some sort of dip. Because I really don't want to buy no more stocks while they high. It's not really fun. That's why you see me going through it with stocks like Cameco. It only had one down day, and they've been up a lot. So I really want to get a more technical entry, but not just a turnaround story like Nike, because that's really what we got a lot of that going on. The stocks that you really want to buy, technically, they're not where you want. And the stocks that you don't want are down there at the bottom, at the double bottom, like a Nike. So over this weekend, we're going to be looking at this. We're going to be doing a lot of research on this, man. And it's going to be interesting when we get back, people. It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all in the next video.